Hey, what is up guys? So we're going to be checking out this game between Melodious Diva facing off against a Cyber Dragon Infinity deck, and it's going to be using that quick draw engine that I saw it before, and I tried it out, and it was kind of interesting. It's kind of like a Cyber Infinity Nova like Turbo, like you basically make that card, or you don't make anything in the deck, but the card is definitely viable enough. But this is going to be a pretty interesting duel because Melodious Divas are one of the more annoying decks to face up against with the first movement solo. If you control no monsters, you just get to special summon one level 4 Melodious Diva from your hand or deck. And 99% of the time it's Aria, and Aria makes it so as long as it's been special summoned, it can't, well, Melodious monsters you control can't be targeted by card effects or be destroyed by battle. Now, unfortunately, that does not count Shining Angel because Shining Angel is not part of the Melodious archetype, but it definitely does work out pretty well. Obviously, Honest is a really good card. And plus, fairies have a decent amount of support. They also have that card, Valhalla, Hall of the Fallen, which is a pretty nasty card, especially if they just go bam, Christie, you can just like win. If you matched up against that, and the guy was able to bust it out relatively quick, then yeah, it definitely could become a problem. But anyways, he's going to go ahead and bust up that Panzer Dragon over here in this machine, so bam, Infinity all day. But the thing is, guys, remember, Melodious monsters can't be destroyed by battle or by card effects, and Ari's just gonna be like, no, you can't do anything. I want to know how the person actually comes out of this. That's actually something I'm looking forward to because I don't know, there are some decks that just can't deal with Aria because they're geared around making one specific monster. Like, I'm sure you guys remember back in the day, like Six Samurais like make Sheehan forever, but the thing is they have stuff in the extra deck sometimes that can actually deal with it. Like, this might just be all rank 5s and maybe a few, well, I mean, obviously this is rank 6, but that one's like a stack on top of. But I'm trying to think of what he could make. I think one great card would be like Gaia Thunder Charger. That way he can just keep on piercing. Even though it can't be destroyed in battle, he can get some piercing in. Although, yeah, there's Serend over here, or Serenade. It can be counted as 2 tributes for the tribute of a fairy monster, so that can include Kirstia, which is, I would assume what he's probably eventually going to try to pull off. But he's going to go ahead and bust out Mozarta. And that one was, its effect was negated, which is interesting because I would assume that they, all of the, that's Melodious, right? Oh, it's Melodious. Yeah, it's Melodious. So that's kind of interesting here. I would assume that this effect would apply because, oh, it's targeted by. My bad. Anyways, that's fine. It's irrelevant because Aria is still just going to protect the monsters anyways. I was thinking that they couldn't be destroyed by card effects. There's one that does that, but it's not Aria, which it might come out later. Anyways, Bloom coming out over here. And Bloom has the effect that can't be destroyed by battle or by card effects. There we go. And now at this point, I don't know how the other player is going to deal with it. But with Aria on board, it's just so annoying for any player to face up against. But anyways, it's the summoning conditions for Bloom Diva are 1 Melodious Maestra and 1 Melodious Monster. And it can't be destroyed by battle or by card effects. And you take no battle damage. And then if this card battles a special summon monster after damage calculation, you inflict damage to your opponent equal to the difference between this the card's original attack and your opponent's monster, and if you do destroy that opponent's monster. So not only do you get to deal damage, but you get to get rid of the monster. And look at this Cyber Infinity guy, like, he doesn't know what to do. He's got all these cards, but the problem is they can't be targeted, so Lance is useless. Obviously Night Beam, I mean, can hit this, but it's kind of not really useful anyways. But the double Lance not going to save him. This is really annoying for any player to face up against. And I like the choice of Lance because sometimes players just use Breakthrough skill against this, so they get the effect through, then they can deal with it. But for the most part, I don't know how he's going to combat this. Oh, he's got double out. I don't know how he's going to deal with this. This is actually pretty good. That was definitely a turnaround because most decks, once you bust out double the Cyber Dragon Infinity, it's pretty much game over at that point. Because this is like, what, at that point that's like 6 negations? I mean, yeah, you only get 2 per turn, but still, it just becomes out of control, especially if you're absorbing monsters. But at this point, I think it's safe to say that the Melodious Diva player has won. There's no real outs to this. He does have instant fusion though, but he's going to go ahead and absorb his own monster, and the replay ends because he's just like, you know what, I can't combat this. But that was really cool. It just shows you guys how Melodious can actually combat some of the more, I guess, I mean, his deck wasn't super meta because a lot of different decks can pull off the Infinity, but his deck busted out multiple times, 3 times, and it couldn't deal with what he had on board. This is just a really cool card, and for all of you Melodious Diva fans out there, it's looking to be a pretty annoying deck.
and like really strong. You got basically a lock. It doesn't stop your opponent from playing, but it makes it so they can't deal with your field. That's what you can do sometimes. It's kind of like Bujin's like, yo, you can't destroy my battle, you can't destroy my card effect. Bujin's 2.0, man. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Azneyes signing out.